All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my video. I hope you are well. Today, we'll be covering skill 15 in this course, TPB Bahasa Inggris 2020, which is listening for untrue conditions. Anyway, if you're not familiar with the song that we just played, the title is When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars. Um, Well, the song is about guilt and regret after a relationship ends, that type of thing. But what's got to do with with today's topic and what I wanted to focus here is the sentence construction in some of the lyrics. In the listening part out of Tobel Test, you will find conversations containing this type of construction. It's called conditional sentences or kalimat pangandaian in Bahasa Indonesia. And for this purpose, it's also called untrue conditions. I will explain it as simple as possible. So the lyric goes like this: I should have bought you flowers, but I did not buy you flowers. Oh, I wish I had bought you flowers. Well, it doesn't exactly go like that, but I rephrased it a little bit to fit in with our discussion. Um, but the important part uh, to remember about conditions is that a condition implies that the opposite of the condition is true, if that makes sense to you. Um, so let me now, as we can see in the highlighted parts here, it says, I should have bought you flowers, right? That's the thing that he wishes he had done. But the fact is that he did not buy her flowers. That's the true conditions. He did not buy her flowers. So now he regrets it. And maybe that's why the relationship ended. I don't know. But um, the point is that an affirmative condition implies a negative reality. And a negative condition implies an affirmative reality. So it's the other way around. Okay. And well, this kind of construction, well, they are. I mean, they can be found in many songs. And for example, if you know this song, it's uh, it's one of the Beatles song. It's called "If I Fell," if I'm not mistaken. And the first line of the song. Oops, I'm sorry about that. So, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? So, um, another important idea to remember about conditions is that a past tense implies a present reality. Okay, the past tense in the sentence "If I fell in love with you," um, it doesn't mean that the action happened in the past. It doesn't mean that he fell in love long time ago, and but the past tense here is used to imply the opposite. So a past tense implies a present reality. I mean, at the moment, he has not fallen in love with her just yet, probably, and he is not sure if he fell in love with her. Um, he is not sure if she would be true and would help understand and do anything like that. So the past tense here implies a present reality. Okay, and it's similar with past perfect. When we are talking about something that's true in the past, we use past perfect. Okay, because past perfect implies a past reality. For example, here maybe you know this song. It's from Adele. Um, the title is "If uh, It Hadn't Been for Love." So as we can see here, it says, "I never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love." Okay, the construction here. Um, well, the true condition in the past is that she hitchhiked to Birmingham. She did, um, and it was for love because of love. Okay, so but if it had not been for love, would never do that kind of thing. He would never hitchhike to Birmingham. I mean, she would never risk her own safety traveling with a complete stranger to a place that she has never been in, but she did it anyway because it was for love. So again, when when we're talking about a, a true condition in the past that happened in the past that occurred in the past, we use past perfect, like Adele here. Okay. Now I hope it's pretty clear. But let's anyway, yeah. Um, had can actually be used without if. So you can also say, for example, you can also say, had it not been for love, I never would do that or anything. Okay, so it doesn't have to be, um, and you don't have to use the word if in this sentence. So now let's work on some sample questions together. Now, of course, in as in other uh, question types in the listening section, the information that we're looking for most likely can be found in the second line. As you can see here, um, yeah, in the recording, you will hear something like this. Um, the man says, "Are you going to have something to eat?" And what you want to look for is the this construction, the word if, and verb to, and the word would. If the food looked fresh, I would eat some. That's obviously a conditional construction. If the food looked fresh, I would eat some. Now, this statement implies that um, the food doesn't look fresh. That's the true condition. Okay? Um, because the food doesn't look fresh, she will not eat the food. So the correct answer for this question is, of course, A. She's not going to eat. It's pretty simple. Okay, and let's move on to the next question. Now, in this one, again, you want to um, look for the construction, I mean, the conditional construction, as you can see here in the second line, um, had the flight left on time, we would not have arrived so late. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, that we can only use had without if to form this construction. And in this sentence, for example, had the flight left on time. Okay, so it's the same way, like saying if only the flight had left on time. So it's actually the same, but you can say it this way. Had the flight left on time, we would not have arrived so late. So the true condition is that the flight left um, pretty late and they arrived. They did not arrive on time, right? So it's simply the opposite of what's true in the present. And of course, the correct answer here is D. It departed late, and it here, of course, refers to the flight, and departed is synonymous with left. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Are you sure you want to go out? You do not seem to be feeling very well. Okay, now take a look at this one. If there were some aspirin in the medicine cabinet, I would not need to go to the drugstore. So, again, you want to look for this construction if, okay, and were in this sentence, were, it looks like a past tense, but it's not actually a past tense. I mean, it's happening right now. I mean, it's in the present, and as I mentioned earlier, the um, past tense verb implies a contradiction in the present. So if there were some aspirin in the medicine cabinet, implies that there are no aspirin in the cabinet. Okay, and I would not need to go to the drugstore. The true condition is that she needs to go to the drugstore because there are no aspirin in the medicine cabinet. Okay, and that leads us to the correct answer. And the correct answer is C. It is necessary to get some aspirin because she's having a headache or something, right? So I hope it's pretty clear for you. And now, to get a clearer picture about the topic about conditional construction, now you have you should work on listening exercise 4 in Live Unpad, and the audio files are also available for you to play online. And yeah, I think that's the end of it. If you have any questions, you can find me at my email here. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.